D&I Youth Bootcamp is the last segment of the Diversity and Inclusion in Leadership and Training project, which essentially is bringing together young leaders from across the country who are involved in initiatives and projects that are supporting people that often live on the margins of life, people such as women, people with disabilities, etc., etc.
This is personally new to me. I've not worked in an environment with so many diverse people. So I'm just asking, in case you observe, see, or witness an unfair treatment towards someone living with a disability, how do we help? Who do we go to? Is there like a way we can comfort?
If it is unfair treatment, I don't think reporting can help. Because when you report, it will be aggression and the conflict will continue. But when you approach this person and try to engage them to understand, yes, we are different people. You've educated this person and the conflict has been resolved.
So today's been quite very engaging on the different on the topic, and meeting such a diverse group of people, which people have communicated from their hearts who they are, what their concerns are, and what they think needs to be done.
You said someone can be called who they are because that's what they identify themselves, right? And now, if I say that I'm a woman, it's okay for everyone to say that I'm a woman, right? Now, if I say that I'm a rabbit, am I really a rabbit? Let's be now real.
What you think may actually be on the table, this is the thing, may not actually be. I don't know if you've ever met a trans person and you see what they go through as a trans person. And because you don't ascertain and say this is who they are, then that's an issue and they must not work.
It is so humbling to see that we are creating one step at a time the next generation, and of course this generation of leaders who embrace and understand what diversity, equality, inclusion and belonging is. We do believe that in the coming years there will be quite changes coming along. The idea we want people to have, the idea that is so critical to today's 21st century Africa, is being planted, and we are going forward with it every step of the way.
One of the most important things to come away with in DEI is that there's no shame in acknowledging your biases and your unconscious, the ways that you've been brought up or that you've learned through society over time to be biased.
When I hear the word diverse, I'm looking at different cultures. I'm looking at, the different people, tribes that we have all together. When we talk about inclusion, I'm looking at having everyone included. Now, unfortunately, there is a bias amidst us, amidst our communities, whereby we only pay attention to the group that we are interested in, or we pay attention to a group that we affiliate with. But inclusion is everyone. So if you are out there, you need to include everyone in your prayer, in your lifestyle. To me, that is what I understand as diversity and inclusion. All of us on the same table. Let us have a better world.
I'm here to share with the fellows about networking in their professional careers. This workshop, I see change makers that are going out in their fields, carrying the knowledge on diversity and inclusion, starting with their professional networks that they are dealing with, and also use all the skills acquired here to influence decision making in their organizations?
Yeah, the fellows here that joined the bootcamp, it's a very exciting lot, very diverse, and it gave me an opportunity as I trained to see different perspectives, how different people connect this issue, especially of unconscious biasness. How does it connect with their lived experiences at personal level, at organizational level? The fellows were able to share how they have actually unconsciously found themselves in situations that were biased.
We have God-given responsibilities. As ladies or as women, we nurture. Can you nurture if you're not a good leader? And for men, they provide. Can you provide if you're not a good leader? So we are both leaders in a home. So it is not the man is the leader or the boss of the house. We are doing this together. It is a partnership.
The biasness we see in workplaces, the biasness we see in our homes, the societies we live in, has come out that we really need to reflect and sit back and think about what we have been doing that has led to this biasness. This workshop is an outstanding thing. One, it has made us learn and unlearn a number of things that we thought we knew. And right now, in terms of connection, our social life, it's now something that we believe it will make something great out of it.
We had a number of cultural activities that really made me reflect where I come from and who I am as a person, because we believe culture gives us identity. And the number of activities we had in culture, I would say basically, showed us how different we are, but we are still one person because we have no differences. However much someone comes from East, from Northern, from Western Uganda, or from where we are all one.
One thing that you can take away from this bootcamp is thinking about art and thinking about people that have been excluded. You'll find that it is very difficult to include someone if you're just going to tell them to come and participate. But if you use art, maybe like sports, art has a power of attraction. Even without welcoming someone, they will come. Yesterday we were dancing down there. Did you notice the kids that came? The customers that came, and because art has that power. And when we are talking about Artversity, we are talking about tapping into that power to draw people that are often left behind, that live on the margins of life, into the work that we do. So sometimes it's not just the policy, it's not just what you say, it is what you do.
Resilience is an art in itself, and I mentioned that it is an art that you adapt while being flexible at the same time.
What came out for me is resilience is a skill that is important to be cultivated, and in one or the other, it helps us like to cope up with any situation within our workplaces.
Stay proving her and everybody else wrong.
Hey, how are you?
And I know that the ideas that you have are very important for every individual who would participate on these programs. But I think it's also important to think about why these concepts matter for the institution, for our governments. Because we as policymakers and the people that are representing our countries, our nations, we can make better decisions when you have many voices represented.
Today is the climax of a week-long bootcamp where we have been interacting meaningfully with the fellows that were selected. Out of a pool of over 200 applications, only 15 fellows were selected from across the country to come and participate in this bootcamp. And today is the crowning event where we are here to celebrate our diversity. One thing that I learned that I'm taking home from this bootcamp is diversity is counting everyone, and inclusion is where everyone counts. It was funded by the Michigan State University Alliance for African Partnerships. It's a collaborative project between Makerere University, MFAI, which is Michigan Fellows Agribusiness Initiative, and Michigan State University African Study Center. So on behalf of the partners that are putting this project together when it comes to diversity and inclusion, I thank you.